Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the market. So we started this morning with an all-out dump and significant weakness, and looking at it pre-market, it was really like someone pulled the rug out. We were setting up to see a potential gap up open, and then just absolutely dumped, opened, and saw further downside. But bulls did their job holding support. They played defense very well. The lowest price that we've seen on this dump on SPY was 281.72 during regular trading hours, and we bounced 30 cents above that level. So that held. And then from there, the bulls were able to rally and break resistance. That being said, it wasn't a very significant and confidence-building resistance break just yet. But we ended the day with bulls momentum after holding support. So what we saw was essentially the 4-hour time frame. It looks a little bit choppy, but if you take off extended hours, it looks a lot more clear. We had the low. The high of the bounce was 288.04, double bottom, and break of resistance. That being said, like I said, we don't have a ton of resistance break and follow through just yet, and we're going to be looking for the next level at a gap fill of 290.90. So that's the next short-term target on SPY. The 15-minute time frame had some nice clarity with the top of the bounce, a higher low, and then follow through. I ended up playing a flip on SPXL, the bullish ETF pre-market, and then I entered bearish SPXS on the clear 5-minute head and shoulders pattern here. So after the significant strong start to the morning, and I actually liked it better and more clear on the 2-minute time frame, but it was right here. This is the pattern that I played. Ended up getting a half-day maker out of it, and I had a half-day maker pre-market, so that was my day. But a higher low, higher high pattern. There's our lower high. I top fished the high of the day, scaled in 2 positions, put my stop above 286.49 with the level that coincided with SPXS, and then I rode this out and ended up taking some profit into this weakness, sold right about here. Then the bulls got their follow through and closed at the high of the day. So what I'm looking for into tomorrow is what can we get for follow through? Because if we start tomorrow straight into consolidation, we do have an hourly support at 284.20, but we just ran $4 without consolidating on the hourly. So we are a little bit extended in that regard. So if we start consolidating first thing tomorrow morning, that might add, and actually we got some after hours consolidation right now, but that would just add a little bit of uncertainty. If we open under 288, our key resistance short term that we did just break, and then we pull back and look for an hourly high or low, again, the market will be a little bit shaky and a little bit scared of that. But don't lose sight that at this point, the hourly uptrend is the most important thing to be watching. We have the higher low here and another higher low at 284.20. So 284.20 is the most important support level to me. It'd be nice if the bulls could just start the morning strong and head right to 290. But if we do pull back, as long as 284.20 holds, the bulls do still have an hourly uptrend in their favor. IWM, daily time frame, so held the low as well, 146.21. We held that support level by 48 cents, but we have not broken resistance yet. So looking at the same thing on the 4-hour chart, taking off extended hours to make it more clear, it's a 4-hour equilibrium right now. We have the low. Got to get my magnet on. We have the low, high of the bull move, higher low, and unable to break resistance right now. 149.70 and 149.71 is a double top, and then the bulls want to break 149.92 for a clear break. SPY got that break. IWM doesn't have it yet. If we reject, a 4-hour equilibrium playing out into Friday is a very likely scenario. QQQ got a more significant bull break as well. Again, 4-hour for clarity, turning off extended hours. There's your trend change with the higher low and higher high. And the next target is the gap fill up at 186.21, lack of resistance until we get to that level. And the hourly higher low that the bulls must hold is 181.37. XLF, looking at its daily chart, we dropped to a very clear lower low. XLF was the vast majority of the weakness this morning, and we're still in a clear downtrend. We have a lower high every day for the last 4 days in a row, and just comparing the 4-hour time frame, Turn off extended hours, still a downtrend. Anything under 27.12 is just a lower high. And if the bulls are going to change this momentum, in my opinion, it will have to be an inverse head and shoulders pattern with our left shoulder. This was our head. If we can't break 27.12, need a higher low, and then we would have to get follow through. So we're not going to get much SPY follow through if the financial sector does not come along. And if we don't break 27.12, it is just another lower high on XLF. So I'm going to be watching XLF tomorrow in conjunction with the tech sector as to whether or not SPY bulls are going to be able to get any meaningful follow through. XLV also held its double bottom. Again, you can see everybody correlated, just some slight differences in how they look. So the low was 88.19, held it by 1 penny, perfect double bottom, and then we broke resistance of 90.08. Next resistance level is 90.38. Then on the daily time frame, 90.46 is a gap to fill. And the hourly higher low on XLV, we actually didn't establish a clear hourly higher low today. So next time we consolidate, we will anticipate an hourly higher low will form. It's just how much pullback are we going to get? Bulls ideally want to hold 89.50 to keep it healthy hourly consolidation. I'd say if we start making our way back towards 89, that's when we set up the potential of more of an equilibrium as opposed to a continuation move. Let's do that again. This would be the continuation move. Hold 89.50 for an hourly higher low and see continuation. And if we pull back too far, equilibrium is then what we'll be looking at. XBI still holding on the strongest. And you look at the 4-hour time frame, and it's just been a nice little higher low, higher high. We already filled that little gap on the daily time frame, which everybody else that we looked at has not filled that yet. So far, the most convincing bounce is with XBI. The hourly higher low that the bulls need to maintain is 82.38. Break 82.38, and it's a red flag. At this point, any of the names that we just looked at, if you lose the hourly uptrend, it is still a possible daily bear flag. I was talking about the potential daily bear flags that were standing out yesterday. Bulls held support today to not confirm them, but they are still in play. Because if we don't get follow through, again, just looking at XBI, which has the strongest bounce, this would absolutely be a daily bear flag if we topped out and headed down from here. That's why the hourly uptrends on everybody, every individual name, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, doesn't matter, hourly higher lows must hold for more bounce follow through to prevent daily bear flags. The VIX has pulled back now significantly, daily consolidation underway. We will definitely look for a daily higher low to form, just a question of when. And anything under 23.70 will be an hourly lower high. And once it looks like we're topping out on the bounce in the markets, that's when we're going to be looking for the VIX to set a daily higher low. So I would almost be watching the technicals of the S&P 500 and these sectors more than what the VIX is doing. And if I feel that the bulls are losing their momentum, or I see the loss of an hourly uptrend, that's when we can look for the volatility index to set daily higher lows. Gold is on fire, breaking out 1500 psychological resistance, great sign. Someone pointed out the weekly RSI is getting high. Yes, absolutely. But again, when we are in euphoria mode, RSI levels mean a lot less. Back when we were in euphoria mode up at 1920, the RSI on the weekly got up to 84. We're approaching that level, absolutely. But again, it's a scenario where after a 2-month tightening pattern, I personally am not looking to fight this momentum. And maybe if we lose the daily uptrend eventually, then we'll be looking for weakness, but not going to try and step in front of the raging bulls. And the 4-hour time frame is the most clear for me, and anything above 1456 is a 4-hour higher low. Bulls are extremely comfortable, and it looks like 4-hour healthy consolidation is currently underway. Looking at XAU, XAG, I left my line up there, just pulling this chart up for the first time, and it looks like that equilibrium is playing out. So we're going to look for a higher low compared to 85.63, and let's just readjust that line, because at this point, it's going to look something along those lines, in my opinion. So we're scouting the higher low, and we'll look for a break of this tightening range on the daily time frame sometime either late next week or early the following week, and that's going to dictate, should I be playing gold or should I be playing silver? That's going to give us a lot of information as to which precious metal to be looking at. Let's look at silver by itself. Daily chart on fire, catching up with a big bull move. That's why that chart looked that way. And the 4-hour time frame looking like a temporary top is being set, and we'll look for a 4-hour higher low to form. Anything above 1634 is a 4-hour higher low. Bull miners topping out, closing near the low of the day. Hourly trend changed. The first consolidation this morning, no red flags, just looking for a higher low to form. The lower high and lower low is when that changed. And now we're looking for daily consolidation, and the bulls want to hold 35.44. Congrats on the day today, but when you see a gap up open and you're up 12% in the first hour of trading, you want to lock in some profit. And we'll see if the bulls can hold the daily uptrend from here. 35.44. Oil. I played oil today as well. UWT, bottom fishing play. Nice follow through. I wasn't confident enough to hold it overnight. I took my gains and ran. But why was I interested? Because weekly support, 50.59. We broke it by 8 pennies. I consider that a double bottom. But why I was more interested, not just the support alone, 4-hour RSI was in the teens. The hourly RSI was in the low teens. My favorite kind of play is bottom fishing support when RSI levels are extreme and we enter and we place a stop loss a little bit below support and the risk is very small. So I ended up getting into UWT. We watched the 2-minute trend change to get some confidence that the bounce was getting started here. Then it turned into a 5-minute inverse head and shoulders pattern, and I was out long before that end of the day bull run. But congrats to the bulls. So now the question is, can the bulls change the hourly trend? And actually, I want to see a 4-hour trend change. So we're just going to be looking for a 4-hour lower high to form. Anything under 53.76 is that lower high. And if we change the 4-hour trend, that's going to increase the odds that this weekly double bottom can hold. And if we break 50.59 with any more conviction, it's a 10-month pattern breaking bearish. And the next oil support is down at 42.34. And that could have market implications as well if oil drops back down into the mid to low 40s. Looking at it from a monthly perspective, 42.34 is a very important level. So, on the verge of that bear break, let's see if the bulls can save the day and defend that support. Natural gas, I'm still just watching the long-term time frames. Again, I don't care what the daily chart does. Day to day, it does not matter to me at all because the pattern I'm watching is on the weekly chart, and that's not going to change just in one day. So daily time frame still weak. Bears are still in control, and I'm going to patiently watch this pattern through the month of August. And I will be interested. I'll let you know when I'm interested. And I am not interested at this point in time. Anything under 234, just a lower high. Support is down at 2039. So that's where we stand overall. Again, individual names, hourly higher lows are must-hold levels really for the end of the week. Next 2 trading days, hold that hourly uptrend. Lose the hourly uptrend tomorrow, daily bear flags still possible. So tomorrow is going to be telling. Hourly chart and 4-hour time frame with extended hours off for clarity for me personally. And we'll end it here with some Redwoods footage again from 8 years ago. I guess people just skip to the end because I explain where the video is and then I still get 8 messages asking where the video is. No, I'm not there now. This was 8 years ago and it's in the Redwoods. And this weekend we'll get some more updated original content, checking in around the farm, looking at the ducks and all that good stuff. Have a good day. Do a good thing. See you tomorrow.